Okay, I'm back. Hi. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. Took me a second. It is Wednesday. Yay! Is it better now, Teresa? I feel like I'm echoing. Am I echoing? Is the volume too loud? I have a new toy. I have a new toy. Okay, it's good. Okay, good. Yay! That's exciting. Ah. So what's going on? What's new? How are things? Fiscal end of the year. Yay. Not really. I know it sucks. Meh. Oh, what's up? I have a doctor's appointment today. Good thing is I get to see your brother. Yay. It's like a date. How exciting. That's so sad. Oh, I get to pick up my new glasses too. Yay, I'll be able to see. Oh my God. Just, my aunt and I started on my new hair color journey. This is just the first step. I know it's very light. It kind of looks like straw. This is just the first step. Low lights go in on Friday. So we've decided to barter for services. I get free hair services. She get free life coaching sessions. It works for us. Yeah. My hair actually went a lot lighter than what it was supposed to. Oops. Yeah. My hair doesn't behave as it should, as you well know. The curls and all that stuff. Whatever. Whatever. So, yeah, it went a lot lighter than what it's supposed to. It's fine. It's fine. And my aunt only works part-time now at the salon, and she needed an excuse to come over and see me. So she told my uncle that she was coming over to color my hair, so she had to color my hair, but she really just needed to talk. So as she was coloring my hair, we talked, and then we kind of got carried away with the talking and left the color in too long. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be good. So, yeah. Your brother's having a hard time, which I think we all kind of knew that already, but he's really struggling right now. I just hate that I'm not there, and I feel like I'm not able to help him. The whole supporting him from afar, But I'm doing the best I can from here. But at least he's telling me, so that's a good thing. The house and work and finances, with all of that. He finally made his last payment to the lawyer. So that part is done with that. But there's, more, with the classes and all the whole schmeal that goes with it is just, holy cow. Yeah, it's just all piling on. Excuse me, there's a stranger in the chat. There's a stranger in the chat. I'm just kidding. Adam, oh my God. How are you? Good morning. Ah, how are you doing? How's school? So, Teresa, DM Adam is a friend of mine that lives out in Utah. Retired nurse, has gone back to school for computers. And Adam, dog mom, is my sister-in-law, Teresa. So, there, now you've met. School is schooling. Oh, yeah. Ugh, sorry. I don't miss college. Don't miss college at all. Mm-mm. Well, yeah, okay, I lied. I kind of do. Washington. Yeah, I knew you were out there. You're out there. Washington. Sorry. He's not. Yeah. You're out there. He's on the West Coast. I thought you were close to Utah. You're not on the coast, right? You're inland. I believe. I don't know. I remember we had a conversation. Yeah. Great guy. Same age as one of my kids. Idaho. Okay. I was close. One of those states out there. Now I gotta remember. Okay, I'll just remember potato. Adam, potato. I got it. Apples and potato. Apples. Okay, there's a story there. My grandfather used to live in Washington State on an apple farm. He bought an apple farm in Washington State. He was amazing at making apple pie. All right, Washington State, my grandfather, apples, Idaho, potatoes. Ha! Word association is what I do. Just go with it. It works for me, okay? Oh, Adam, I have a question for you. Have you ever read the book? I can't see myself, so I don't know if you guys can see this. Have you ever read the book, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten by Robert Fulghum? I'm just curious. If not, I highly recommend it. It's a really, really good book. Really, really good book. Well, I'm glad you can see me. There's the book. Oh, Lord. I still have technical difficulties. I'm not sure. Okay, well, that's not too. Now I can see me. I mean, if I have the computer, I have up on a thing. So, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. Yeah, it's such a good book. It's a really good book. Yeah, so it's a collection of essays. And the first one is more like the preface of the book. And he says that I believe that imagination is stronger than knowledge, that myth is more potent than history, that dreams are more powerful than facts, that hope always triumphs over experience, that laughter is the only cure for grief, and I believe that love is stronger than death. That's just in the preface. Like, oh, it's such a good book. I went over the first essay last week, and it talks about what we learn in kindergarten and how we can apply it to every part of our lives from childhood into our senior years. And it's so good. And it goes into what we learn in kindergarten as far as share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, flush, warm cookies and cold milk are good for you, live a balanced life. Learn some and think some and draw and paint and sing and dance and play and work every day some. Take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands and stick together. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup? The roots go down and the plant goes up and nobody really knows how or why, but we are all like that. Goldfish and hamsters and white mice and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup, they all die. So do we. And then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learned, the biggest word of all, look. It is so true, right? Yes, we do. And then we all wish we were kids again when life was simpler. Yes. Yeah. But he goes on to say, if you take any one of those items that I just listed and you extrapolate it into sophisticated adult terms, you can apply it to your adult life. And it says, and this is what gets me because it's so true. If you apply it to your family life, yes, because you're learning every day. You're learning, right? Just like today, but the lessons are different. They're a little harder, a little more difficult. But if you break it down into simpler terms, are they? So it just makes you wonder. But he says, think what a better world it would be if the whole world had cookies and milk about 3 o'clock every afternoon and then lay down with our blankies and took a nap. Or if all governments had a basic policy to always put things back where they found them and to clean up their own mess. And it's still true, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together. Now, I first received this copy, not this copy, I've had 5 copies, I counted. My first copy of this book when I graduated boot camp back in 1990. This book came out in 1986. Now, after I read this book, it probably took me 2-3 days. I gave it to a new recruit because it resonated with me so much and I felt somebody else really needed to read this book. And I just picked a girl, who looked scared, like we all did when we first went in. I mean, Adam, you're a vet, And I gave it to her. And then I went and got another copy. But I've always had a copy of this book. Ever since then, I've always had a copy. This copy right now has tear stains, tea stains, coffee stains. I don't know what else. It has me writing in it, me highlighting in it, me circling things. I mean, it's just such a good book. And this is the first book that I picked for Book Nook, which is the book club that I started for the channel. So, yeah. And today was supposed to be the second book club. Well, yesterday was actually supposed to be the second book club, but then we got busy in the chat and it didn't happen. You know how it goes. It's fine. So what I've been doing is I'm on Spotify now. I do a podcast, and I do my True North podcast, and then I also do a book club podcast. And the book club podcast is once a week. Oh my God. I on my Kindle, so my reading streak right now, I'm on 87 weeks of straight reading. And I read about 3 books at a time. I'm always reading 3 different books. I'm always reading. Always. Always. I do use Goodreads. Yeah. I love Goodreads. Book Funnel, Goodreads. Oh my God. And I have a digital library card that I can use in any library in the United States. And I use the New York Public Library from New York City. On Spotify, it's True North Point Life Coaching. I have one podcast on there now. Oh, on Goodreads? I don't even remember. It's been a while since I've been on there. Excuse me. I review books too. And I used to be an editor part-time. So, yeah, I'm a reader. I think, what am I? I think it's my email. My regular email, which, yeah, it's just my email. I do believe. Which everybody already knows because I receive emails from people. I receive people, oh my God, Adam. I receive emails from people that are watching my YouTube videos. So I take these videos and I post them to YouTube, and I've been receiving thank you emails from people. They make me cry. I can't believe it. Because I was really wavering, like, should I be doing this or not? And then I received a thank you, my first thank you email, and I was like, okay, I guess I should continue to do this because this, I know. I couldn't believe it. This one person was like, I listen to you every morning. I can't listen to a full stream, but I break it up and I listen to you every morning. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And he was saying how I've helped him. He was going through a hard time. I know. And my husband was like, babe, that's just somebody that emailed you. Think of the people that haven't emailed you that listen. And it's just like, wow. Because I look at the analytics and, there's a lot of views on there. But still, I don't know. But yeah, now I'm like, wow, that's motivation too. Yeah. So, whew. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. And I keep in touch with them. So I have a website now too. I have it up there on the screen. That's my website for the life coaching. No? Oh, it's been a while since I've been on there. I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know where's my phone? Where's my phone? I probably left it in the other room. Oh, crap. I don't know. I'll try to find it later and I'll put it up on Discord. I'll find you later. I don't know. I thought it was my email. Unless it's my old, it might be my old email. Don't even tell me it's my AOL email. It might be that old. Oh, I am a sci-fi fantasy freak. Sci-fi and fantasy freak. See, then this is where, because I like hard sci-fi, and I also like fantasy. So, oh my. Um, Brandon Q. Norris, what he writes, I love. Um, Michael Vey. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Um, Shannon Myers. Now you put me on the spot. Man. Let me see. What am I reading right now? Oh. My phone was under the book. Like, wait, there it is. Under the book. Hold, please. Yeah. Like, oh man. And my Kindle is loaded. Loaded. I got some good stuff too. And me and my dad share books too. So, yeah. And then, podcasts. Lots of podcasts. And I have All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten on here. Oh my God. It happens I put my phone down. I have 8 texts from 8 different people who know I am doing my show right now. Why do they do that? All right. Because I have 3 books going right now on my Kindle. So I have what is her name? Stacia Stark, I believe is her name. Yep, Stacia Stark. I'm reading a series by her. What's the name of her series? Kingdom of Lies is the name of that series. It's really good. And then one that Teresa turned me on to is a fiction series by Blake Pierce. Is it Blake or Blakely? Blake Pierce. And then I just finished a wicked good series. Go back. Oh, my phone is so sensitive. Stop it. By Jennifer Armentrout. Yeah, that was so good. And yeah, it's the Flesh and Bone series, I believe it was called. That would stop freaking moving on me. Which set of classic are you talking about, sir? Like, I have all the Jane Austen books. Let me check my library. Which set of classics are we talking about? I have The Art of War. I have The Divine Comedy. I have all the Jane Austen books. Oh, another writer that I really, really like is Douglas Richards. Douglas E. Richards. I love him. Do you consider Anne Rice a classical writer? I have all her books. Louise Penny. I have her books. I have those. Those are all classics, yes. Michael Conley. I have all his books. Yeah. Dean Koontz. I love Dean Koontz. I have a ton of his books. Yeah, Melinda Lee. Laura Thalson. Love her. Yeah. Anne Fraser. Oh, I have most of her books. So yeah, I'm a reader. Big time reader. And I have a lot of Shakespeare. Mm-hmm. And this is like not even including like the self-help books. And then, sure. If I can figure out how to do that. Tech guy. Do I do that from here or do I have to go back? Can I do that in this chat settings? Hmm. Do you not have... Oh. I can't see. I get my new glasses today. I'm so... Oh, just put that in there? Is that a capital I? That'll probably be easier, wouldn't it? Just don't mind my brain. It hasn't changed a bit. Come on, brain. Work. Work. Go over there. Do what I want. Oh, see, I couldn't even tell it. Couldn't tell. You broke yours in half? How? How'd you do that? I just can't see. No, I can't see the link. Now I lost. Oh, there it is. It's not letting me copy. What the? You just have to write it. Will that work? Okay, that's probably be easier anyway, because you know can't save because you won't let me. Technically not savvy. Still, I'm learning new stuff. I'm trying. Douglas E. Richards, though, I love his sci-fi stuff. He's really good. You need a space between permit and DM atom. Oh. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. Will not get tuned out for the next 60 seconds. Okay. I'm an infant. I'm an infant when it comes to this stuff. I still didn't get the link. I just got asterisks. No link. I'll have to check on Discord. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Good Lord, son. I cannot get Wave browser off my computer. I need it to go away. I'm going to have to go into apps and just uninstall it. Moby Dick, Lolita. A lot of these I have read. The Divine Comedy I have. A lot of these I have read. Ooh. And then the other ones, I'm going to read. Yay. Thank you for that. That's exciting. I love the Divine Comedy. I have the hard copy. I also have at home. So, okay. We were moving. I don't know if I explained this to you. We were moving. So I packed up all my boxes. Mind you, or all my books into boxes. I had a library in my house. Because, all the kids are moved out. I had 5 kids. I had a 5-bedroom house. One of the bedrooms I turned into a library. Over 800 books. 800. I donated over 300 to the county library. I did. And it was so hard. It was so hard. Yeah, I know. But I collect books. I used to go to book sales, and I used to work in a bookstore. But I have first edition books, and I have some that are just ink tipped. That's what I mean by first edition. I mean, these are collector items. I kept them in a glass case. Alice in Wonderland, a tiny little titmouse, Edgar Allan Poe's greatest works in a leather embossed book with gold. Yeah. I have some books that I will never, ever, ever sell or get rid of. I don't care what they're worth. They're mine. I don't care. Tom has guns. I have books. Yes. Mine. I have old medical books. I have a Grey's Anatomy book. Old. I mean, I know. I've seen it. Oh, have you seen him do it with the big, huge thing? With the big, it's so neat. It's so neat. I know. I mean, I get it, but it's so beautiful, and then they just Have you seen the ones like they make it and then they blow on it and they destroy it by blowing on it? And it's like, oh, I can't believe they just did that. And it kind of breaks your heart a little bit. And you're like, you get a literal pain. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. Oh. Because then it's just, this beautiful piece of art is just gone. I have a heart. I am an emotional beast, Adam. I have to have tissues when I go to a museum. I have to have tissues when I go to an art gallery. I have to have tissues if I go to the symphony. It's an emotional experience for me. It is a good lesson. I get it. I do, but it hurts my heart to see beauty destroyed like that. It is a good lesson. I understand the lesson, but it hurts my heart. I'm going to cry. You're getting me emotional. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But yeah, I get it. I wrote a poem. I love the classical piece Canon in D. Okay. By Pachelbel. I know I know what you mean. It's an experience. It's not destroyed, but it's still just. So I don't have it out here. Oh, I do have it. Let me see if I can pull it up. I wrote a poem about it. I love Canon in D so much. I wrote my wedding vows to it. I've written poems about it. I wrote an essay about it. That's how much I love this piece of music. It is just, oh, it's a beautiful piece for me. It is, oh. And I know I probably sound silly, but it's just how I feel. It is how I feel. Probably I start with free writing, and then it turns into an essay, and then I take that essay and turn it into poetry. Does that make sense? Just free writing thoughts, and then I construct that into an essay, and then I take that essay and turn it into poetry. I actually have some right here that I was gonna talk about on the show. And this was, this essay is freaking long. Word doodling, yeah, word doodling, yes. And it's funny, when I word doodle, I also doodle. Because I get lost sometimes, and I'll just start doodling. And then words will come to me, and I'll write the words, and then I'll doodle, and then words will come to me, and I'll write the words. It's goofy. But because I've been working a lot on newsletters, and I've been working on my website, so, and I've been writing blogs. So I've been being very constructive in coming up with things, for the website, and I've been writing blogs for the website. And so I write these essays, and I turn them into blogs, and then I turn that into a poem, and it's like, all this stuff is pouring out. I cry over my own writing. Like I said, I'm an emotional beast. I can't help it. And so I wrote this forever long essay, but I turned it into a 2-page poem. But it's me, and it's my life, and it's what I've been through. And hearing it, like my mother read it out loud, and hearing my mom read it, I reflect back on my life, and it's like, it's perfect. That is my life. It describes everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll read the poem. It's called A Mountain's Path, A Journey with Lupus. Now, you see my logo. So the logo is supposed to be a skinnier version of me looking over this mountain range, right? The sun's coming up, but I'm looking at the North Star because that's my goal is to keep moving forward. Even though there's mountains I have to cross and my path is unclear sometimes. But I got to keep moving forward. That's the goal of True North. That is the goal of my life coaching business, is to help people keep moving forward when they're stuck. Okay. All right. So this one's long too, so bear with me, okay? So it's called The Mountain's Path, A Journey with Lupus. So step by step, the road unwinds, a path unknown, a fate unkind. Mountains rise, their peaks so high, lost in clouds that brush the sky. I stand below, my heart unsure, the trail ahead is steep, impure, rocks unsteady, shadows deep, a climb that asks for strength to keep. The first step wavers, knees protest, the weight of pain upon my chest. Each join a whisper, a silent plea, a test of will, a test of me. The air is thin, my breath is tight, a weary soul in morning light. Yet still I climb, though slow, unsure, for forward steps I must endure. Some days the trail is soft, forgiving, the sky is bright, the world is living. I walk with ease, I lift my face, I feel the warmth, the sun's embrace. But other days the storm clouds form, the winds arise, the air is torn. Lightning cracks, the thunder calls, I brace myself, the body stalls. The narrow ridge, so sharp, so thin, a path that twists where fear begins. To one side cliffs of endless depth, to the other walls of jagged breath. Each step is careful, slow, aware, a dance between the light and air. For balance falters, pain deceives, in cautious whispers. Breathe, just breathe. I hear the winds, they sing, they cry, they ask me, why still reach the sky? But deep inside a voice remains, a compass true, despite the pain. Then comes the storm, the flood, the weight, the body stops, it hesitates. The muscles scream, the fever soars, the fight retreats behind closed doors. No path ahead, no step to tread, just waiting, aching, resting, dread. The world moves on, but I remain, bound in silence, wrapped in pain. Yet even here, beneath the sky, I close my eyes and breathe a sigh. The storm may rage, the winds may call, but I am here. I faced it all. And when the dawn begins to break, when light spills in and I awake, I find the strength, I find the will to rise again, to climb, be still. For every path, no matter steep, has valleys low and summits deep. Each trial faced, each tear I shed, has marked the steps where I have tread. So though the road may twist and turn, though muscles ache and fevers burn, I lift my face, I breathe, I trust, this path is mine, this climb is just. And on the peak, when breath is free, when I look back at all I see, I'll know the pain, the fight, the fall, was worth the climb, was worth it all. That is that. I got through it without crying. I probably read it way too fast. Oh, yeah. That took me a long time to write. That is, but that is, thank you. I took a lot of writing classes. And I'm in a writing class right now. Kind of. It's on Twitch. My friend Sess, who I follow, thank you. I had help. My friend Sess. Well, I had help because I listened to what she does and counts and breath and how you should read. And I've changed it and changed it and changed it and rewritten. And like I said, I start out free writing and visualize. A lot of it is visualizing and word association. And like I said, oh, thank you. I try. My mom said I should have done commercials. I should have been an ad reader. I should have done voiceovers. Like, I don't think so, but whatever. It's my logo. That is my logo, Adam. That poem is my logo. When I think of my logo and my path and what I've been through, it's okay though. That's okay. It's yours. We will see right now. Mm-hmm. It's coming up. No, I don't want edit access. I just want to read it. It is long. See, that's written in essay form. That's what I do. Wow, that is long. You had a lot to say. Do you want me to read it out loud? It's up to you. Okay. Is it Loa? Am I saying it right? I want to make sure I say it right. I did for a long time. I have journals and notebooks full that I would wrap. I'm like literally the old person that would wrap it in rubber bands and like hide it in the closet and put shit over so nobody saw it. In high school, in college, oh my God, nobody could see my shit except for my writing teacher. That was it. That was it. And he's always like, you should publish, you should publish. No, are you out of your freaking mind? All right, so it is Loa. All right. I just hope I get it right. I might have to make it bigger so I can see it. Or put my face right up to it because I can't see. Did I bring my other glasses? Yes. Okay. Let me change my glasses. I can't see the chat and this at the same time. Hang on. Let me split my screen. Oh, then I can't read it. Damn it. Alright, never mind that. Oh, I wish I had my other computer here. Can you make it larger? That'd be amazing. I get my new glasses this afternoon. So excited. So excited. Oh, I hate this. All right, let me see. Better. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, that's amazing. Ooh, I love. Did you guys do like every other paragraph like we used to do in writing class? Yeah. That's awesome. All right. All right. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. Oh, I have to go back to see the chat. It changes. All right. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's your writing. I'm going to read Adam's poem. Flip. We're ready. Do you still want me to read it, Adam? Oh, stop it. You're not going to cringe. It'll be fine. If anything, you're going to cringe at my voice and my mispronunciation of words. Short story, not a poem. Okay. Writing. I'm going to read Adam's writing. Okay. You missed my poem, Flip. Whatever. I'll put it up on Discord. All right. Here we go. The grainy image of a flower blooming beside a railroad lingers before me, frozen in time. It's a lasting depiction of something that will outlive its own expectancy. The red light cast across the scene transforms it into a bastardized rose, its petals less cherished than the love flower. A sharp whiff of fixer tells me the image is nearly complete. The flower now wilts in my hands, and I chuckle at the irony of developing something that's already past its prime. A flower for any occasion, birth, love, or death. Even flowers hold stories with a beginning, middle, and end. Roselle tea to calm you down. Roselle wine to get you tipsy. Rosehip jam sent from Grandma with love. A rose bouquet to celebrate a marriage or to decorate your coffin upon death. Miss Dwyer Rose and Roses gives your skin a sexy, alluring scent. All creative transformations serve the desire of humans, forever alluring the essence of a single flower, its existence and its lifespan. Some say flowers witness our lives in ways beyond our conscious understanding, but I doubt any flower stood on the grounds of the concentration camps. So much terror, suffering, and the smog of burning human bodies would have left the soil barren. Any rose, whether for selfish or altruistic reasons, need care and devotion to grow, much like the little prince's rose on a distant planet. The nearby forest burns red in Chernobyl. Alas, nature slowly dies as we do. I leave my room, unable to spend any more time on the flowers left unassigned to their human partners. The luminescent red peaks from under the door, lighting up the tile in the house. I'll need to start on dinner before Ruby gets back from work. I've been asked to plan another wedding for a friend's friend. Or is it someone I know personally? Maybe they're just a friend of a friend. At this point, it doesn't matter. This is all an artist's work. acting like a harlot to fund the pursuit of their next creation. The red light district fills its patrons' mouths with liquor, intoxicating them. A warm sensation of pleasure, a bottle of vodka poured down a man's throat, allowing me to pocket the change from his wallet. We all want something from each other, don't we? Recently, I've been struggling to figure out what I want from myself. I'm not even sure if I need to want anything. Naming our different inner conditions and desires simplify us, showing a path we can take without judgment or thought. I want love, one might say, only to look in the mirror and be surprised to see no reflection at all. Ruby doesn't care if I make dinner. We'd be fine with takeout. But I have to keep myself busy before the wedding. It's strange how no one sees me in the red light district. High-class prostitutes stand behind vitrines, waving hello to everyone but me. Is it about the money? Do I not look rich enough? Do I not seem desperate enough to give in without bargaining like so many men do? Or maybe I just look too committed. Maybe I don't stare long enough at those beautiful harlots to show interest. For whatever reason, they don't want me, and I am free. How much Ruby wants me is another puzzle. What was I? The specific me. Called for this friend's or acquaintance's wedding. Female hawkers call out with movements, seductive beckoning, a photograph of a sales trade in action, frozen forever, the cold prying hands of a forbidden apple. True freedom rings when a man gets his end of the bargain. This walk to the store is away from home. I didn't need to come here, but needs become wants and commandants. There's something freeing in knowing I'm unwanted in a place where my value as a man would otherwise be raised. Where does art stand in a superficial, frothy place like this? Apparently, it's unwanted and unneeded. 1 second while I check the chat. Well, I'm just the reader. One can appreciate the structure, the foundation of the community here. The chiseled auburn bricks, each part of a puzzle that finds strength in unison. What makes a specific brick, a clamorous hawker, or a man strolling by part of his structure? This district isn't so different from the next. Add some red lights and a few notable pieces, and you've got something completely different. I run my fingers over the gritty exterior of the nearest building. The auburn bricks graze my fingertips. An older man bumps into me, oblivious to my presence, reeking of the nearby clubs. A mark, like the hunter's bullet in its prey. He was caught and captured. The difference between prey and him is that he feels good about it, while I feel as though I've been whored out for my art. My lingering stench, captured in these wedding photos, makes people feel some kind of stamped love. A forever stamp. You can buy them here and there. Some small works of art, meant to be admired, though they're really just signs of payment. I don't understand it, but apparently many others do. There is a demand, so I supply. The grocery store is only minutes away. I've walked this path before. The journey back home feels much longer. I decided to make soup for dinner. Just vegetables, less oil, and very little salt. Ruby will hate it, and so will I, but we need to give our bodies lightness and freshness from time to time, even if it means denying ourselves tasty pleasures. If I tell her this, she'll say I'm mad and hum, "Mad world," loudly enough for me to hear while making sandwiches and snacks only for herself. More likely, though, she'll start screamingly, and suddenly the soup argument will turn into something bigger. No consideration for her work and needs. My unreasonable obsession with art that will never amount to anything, my lack of cooking skills and therefore life skills, and so on. There's something powerful about arguments. A wave of emotion from another person rises, trying to drown you or stone you to death, while words are spat all over your body as you helplessly try to shield yourself. There have been moments during these fights when I've wanted to open the window and jump out. Most of the time, though, I take that anger, hold it inside, and sublimate it into work, or art, as many would call it. Though negativity, I found it easier to focus only on form, to follow modern-day trends and demands. I become artistically empty, less original, more like every other wedding photographer who tells couples, "Now kiss, hold hands. It's a nice background here. Say cheese. The same smiles, gestures, looks, stamps of love, or a day to remember for some, but meaningless garbage in the grand scheme of time. Forms can withstand time without powerful content, yet I make money. How ironic. And so, in our arguments, Ruby and I are always on the edge, and that's why we retain each other. We're not Elliot Smith and Jennifer Chiba. I don't have the pain tolerance to stab my chest, and Ruby doesn't take long showers. Do you want me to stop? Adam, what do you want me to do? I liked the comparison right there. Stabbing yourself in the chest in the long showers. Well, I like it. I'm continuing. Spelled quaint wrong. Here comes the editor in me. Oh, you won't let me edit. There's a spelling problem. The quaint shops glance at me as I walk past, each offering me their delicacies. A chocolate store, antiques, and several clothing stores all catch my attention. I stop at a thrift store whose strong gaze locks into me like a provocative, affluent woman striking me with her eyes. The silver trim on the windows and doors, the sleek paint absorbing both my stare and the sunlight around me. A name, The Vine, in bold green letters, standing out against the black paint. Vine seems to sprout inside the stores, twisting and growing towards me, the thin arms and legs of the store wrapping around my body, urging me to come inside. At this point, it's not my decision, is it? It's only 5 p.m. If I rush through the grocery store, I'll still make it back to Ruby in time. The vines disappear with a few blinks, releasing my thoughts. The scent of apple and cinnamon hits my nose, reminding me of early morning breakfasts as a child, sitting in my parents' window nook, watching the rain fall. I sometimes think back to when they were still alive and wonder what they'd say about my life now. My mother was alarmingly in control, a composed woman with a warm presence. She made sure the family stayed in line. Cass, go get a belt, your pants are falling down, and button up your shirt. You'll look better. Then later, there you go, there's my beautiful baby. Are you ready? Her voice rings in my head, though her face has faded with time. I'm not sure if that's her voice anymore. That's the sad thing about time. Being away from someone, even if you've spent your whole life with them, a single year can dull what was once a strong memory, like a sugar cube dissolving in water. Her face is lost in the drowning screams of my mind. Hey there, what can I help you with? An older lady with a loose forest green tunic dress appears in front of me. Adorably fashionable for her age, she wears black square glasses that frame her face with a pixie cut to match. Her smile stretches wide, the creases from past smiles imprinted in her skin. She caught me mindlessly picking up a journal, the silk lining feeling nice against my fingers. An automatic habit of mine, something about the softness of materials I love. I open a page or two, surprised to find it already filled with writing. It seems to be from a young woman describing her day. Toward the end of the thick journal, the pages suddenly go blank, as if the story was left unfinished. I'll take this, please, I blurted out awkwardly. It's not for sale, she says immediately, her tone suddenly unwelcomely. Why do you have it displayed with the other items, then? I tried to push the argument. For energy exchange, she replies curtly. I look at her, puzzled, still holding the journal. There's energy in every word we speak and write, she explains. Anyone touching and reading these words will absorb a page of their energy, but will also leave some of theirs in exchange. Are they your words? She turns her back as if she didn't hear the question. I continue browsing the other items, but I can't seem to let go of the journal. It feels right in my hands, comfortable. Suddenly the urge to possess it, to have it for real, for longer, rises inside me. I feel powerless to fight it. I have no idea what this journal will do for me, but my inner self doesn't seem to care, doesn't listen to reason. Without much thought, I grip the journal tightly and dash out of the store. The store attendant walks to the door as I run down the street. When I glance back, back, she doesn't seem surprised. She isn't chasing me, not even yelling. It will eventually kill you, owning what doesn't belong to you, I hear her voice call out from behind. But I can't stop. I can't return it. I keep running until I reach the end of the street. Then I turn left and finally stop to catch my breath. I look around, checking if anyone's following me, but the pedestrians nearby don't seem to notice or care. I check the journal, worried I might have damaged it while running. It looks fine. As I calm down and my heartbeat returns to normal, I'm overcome by an unbearable urge to vomit. I try to steady my breathing, but it's not going away. I need to find a dumpster now. I spot one across the street where a homeless man is rummaging for food. I ignore him and retch. Stomach acid's burning my throat. After a few seconds, all that's left is the rotten taste in my mouth and the hatred in the beggar's eyes. Once again, I check the journal. It's fine. I need to buy groceries and get home soon. Enough with the strolling and adventures. Rushing home with groceries, I quickly ran in to set up dinner for Ruby and me. The stench of the dumpster and vomit clung to me like a waterfall of garbage raining down. Groceries in one hand, I felt my arms grow limp from the day's long haul. I hoped Ruby wasn't home yet. If I got started on dinner, I'd have an excuse ready for her. As I entered, I heard her soft voice calling from the living room. Back so soon? I ordered takeout. Where were you? Her sarcastic yet warm tone echoes from the other room. I started unpacking, spinning a story about running into another photographer and how we swapped stories. For a reason I couldn't explain, I kept rambling on about this imaginary man and his experiences. Apparently, he was a wedding photographer too. What a coincidence. I told her how we shared our most embarrassing moments and what we each enjoyed about the work. I even claimed we both agreed the wedding industry was a fraud and a drain on us. With every sentence, this fictional man became my best friend, someone who finally understood me. As we talked, I kept unpacking the bags. Blackberries tumbled out, their purple skin spilling across the table. Something about them caught my eye. I didn't even remember grabbing them at the store. They must have been an impulse buy, maybe a memory of my mother. Setting blackberries on the counter for us kids to snack on had triggered it. As I reached for one from our table, I could almost see my mother swatting my hand away. A prayer is needed for a proper meal. Say one before you eat, young man. After my mother, I hear a familiar song in my mind. It's playing inside of me. And despite the years of not hearing it, I can play each chord, each instrument. I can hear Stephen's voice as if Porcupine Tree is having a concert right on my kitchen table. It was 2007 when the song Normal was released on the Nil recurring EP. It starts with a guitar tab, almost like a finger exercise rather than an actual melody, and quickly follows with bass and drums. Here is my car, my phone, and my TV. I've got it all, but you can't see through me. I hear Stephen, if one day I find myself in solitary confinement, I know I won't go crazy or get bored. I'll play all the songs in my head, dance, sing along, and sit still, like a martyr for an outside eye, like having a party with my neurons. But I am still here. It's kind of hard to tell. I do a good impression of myself. Stephen's voice continues. Ruby asking me something. Seems like a yes or no question, so I nod. But what's normal now anyhow? I don't know, Stephen. You tell me. Am I not doing a good job of reading it? I happen to like I'm invested now. I am invested. The impulse of stealing the journal. I mean, I'm just saying. I think it's a good story. And I miss these writing exercises. Oh, there's still, how many more pages? Oh, I lost my spot now. Oh, there it is. I like how the drum beats change the song's energy, fluctuating but still building up. Yet, sullen and bored, the kids stay, and in this way, wish away each day, sings the chorus, bringing in sad, nostalgic tones that only grow stronger and more persistent. I'm not taking prescription drugs anymore. My mind was getting foggy, blurry. Stephen starts repeating, wish I was old and a little sentimental, over and over until I almost get tired of hearing it. No, I want to move to Fear of a Black Planet. Track Sentimental is on. Same year, same melody, but this time it's the piano for the intro. A rare move for Stephen. Same year, different album, same voice. Never want to be old, he sings this time. Self contradiction, self sabotage, personal growth, changing perspective, achieving sentimentality, or just random play. All the explanations seem too simple for an artist like Stephen. It's no fun to be told that you can't blame your parents anymore. I don't blame. I just know and take things as they are, as they were. It's upside down. The man's wish and normal came true. And now he's a little sentimental. I'm wasting my life hurting inside. I don't really know, sings Stephen's doubtful, now scared voice. The acoustic constant is the melody and its chorus. Sullen and bored the kids stay is invariable. Permanent childhood in both. Never goes away, no matter the time or circumstance. Cass, I'm talking to you, the scream and slap land simultaneously. You stink, yells its familiar voice, now filled with hatred and detachment. Get your ass in the shower now. The voice keeps yelling, dominant, bossy, organized. I've been dependent on this voice for too long. This is the invariable of my life. Different perspectives, slightly different times, different albums, different instruments, different variations, different artistry, different days, different women, different love. Same voice, same content. I rush into the shower. I don't want to upset Ruby anymore. We weren't always like this, Ruby and I. There was a time when I was a well put together younger man. By societal standards, I was probably a more perfect version of myself back then, like a cloud in the sky, staying whole for a moment before breaking apart and dispersing. I found pleasure in giving pieces of myself to others, only to realize I had left myself with almost nothing. Lucky for me, Ruby is efficient, a worker who plies sand onto itself. A book is left open, maybe something Ruby had been reading. She's quite the enthusiast when it comes to learning. She considers a wide range of things as her learning, though. It's hard for me to believe. Poetry, for example, is just a jumble of words thrown together. A dirty photo described as though Vincent van Gogh himself had painted it, the book reads. He leaned forward toward the journal, a benign threat to his security with his potential wife. Although the idea had intruded on his thoughts once, he hadn't really given marriage much thought. He always saw it as a joke, a mere topic of conversation. Maybe marriage could happen. Maybe marriage was a joke. Maybe marriage was just a topic to be had. Maybe. He defied the threat himself, a myriad of solutions to a hopeless entity. The life-sucking, soul-draining black hole of his potential marriage felt like a death sentence. He pondered whether what they had was truly reconcilable, unsure if descriptive words could ease his mind about his relationship. Maybe a maybe could distance him from reality, since it stems from imagination, an imagination so fake it feels real. What is a maybe but tar, filling potholes in the pathetic rain of humiliation? Maybe offers an unsuitable lifestyle to its tailor, an ill-fitting suit with a creased shirt reeking of whiskey cheaper than sorrow. That is descriptive. The pothole-bellied tailor rests on the shoulders of maybe. Maybe is a sad man's tale for someone unwilling to accept reality. Oh. A thunderous noise from outside startled me. I peeked through the window and noticed the neighbors once again orchestrating their usual chaos. This time it was like a Renaissance mural, two enemies fighting in the foreground while several members of the same family stood motionless watching. Their eyes burned dark red with hatred. The husband and wife seemed to have a mutual agreement on how they feel about each other. I glanced back down at the book again, having lost my place. He softly caressed his wife's shoulder as if to say he was there for her. An inability to carry a... What? I flipped through several other pages, but this is where I had been. Chapter 5? I must have misread, skimmed the wrong page. It was familiar, but I didn't have the energy to search for it again. A dusty cloud danced its way back to the earth as I began pulling several other books from the bookcase. The bed quickly fills with books. Interaction of color, the book of symbols, reflections on arch- ooh, archetypal images, pale fire, all strewn across the sheets. A magical arrangement, really. Beethoven would be proud. Each book. Thank you for the subscription. I am so invested in this. A man with red and blue zebra-striped skin would stand before the crowd, his veins showing the colors of human skin. Inside-out man, they would call him. All his colors rearranged. He would lead the crescendo. A strong white suit would be needed for the occasion, the only way to show the people his heavenly sound, the sound that orchestrates the writings of heaven. Or is it men who write heaven? Men who dip their toes into the icy baths of war, a war between freedom and fate. I have no place in this symphony. Wedding photographs don't add artistic quality to the performance like that. I photograph fate. Why is it hard to listen to? It's great. It's really good. It's okay. It's really okay. It's about writing in a book. A good book. And this is good writing. Adam, this is really good writing. I only found one spelling mistake. It's really good. It's really, really good. And I think I'm almost done. Cass, Ruby's voice snaps me out of my trance as I'm emptying the bookcase. Cass, what the hell is wrong with you? You came in smelling like garbage and now you're tearing the place apart. Her slender figure fills the doorway. She's wearing her usual casual attire. Nothing too extravagant, just a simple t-shirt and loose-fitting pants. No rips or tears, courtesy of the manufacturer. She owns a few pairs like that, but doesn't wear them often. Her expression is confused, as if to say, "Are you high?" Lately, she's been out of the house more, perhaps trying to break the monotony of what's been happening between us. I'm not sure. I wanted to read the book you were reading, but then there was an orchestra, and I had to add to it. She paused, saying nothing, then turned and walked away. I couldn't blame her, really. I guess I sounded a little crazy, but I was enjoying myself in the moment. I'll clean up the mess after. I don't. It's engaging. It is a little sad, but I see the dynamic in the partnership, and you see this so often in relationships. I like it a lot. I love it, to be honest with you. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. And it's a good practice for me, just so you know, with reading out loud and breathing and animating. Does that make sense? But if you really want me to stop, I can stop. But I will read it later. Just saying. I'm invested. It's a good story, Adam. It's a very good story. Okay. Thank you. Because I'm like, please don't make me wait to find out what happens. It'll bug me. Okay. So I'll clean up the mess after dinner. I was already late cooking. Should have been done hours ago. Entering the kitchen, I noticed Ruby had set up dinner for herself. The stove clock read 8 p.m. Had I really spent that much time in the shower and reading? I already ate. Don't worry about me, Ruby said flatly. While you extended your shower and had orchestra time, I cooked for myself. If it were any other day, any other hour, any other condition, I would feel glad and relieved that Ruby cooked and wasn't upset with me. But stories are not those ordinary routine but stories are not about those ordinary routine like expected moments. Life is filled with routine and monotonousness. While stories are meteors or falling stars, you occasionally notice if you look up long enough. So in this meteoroid moment, I said, Ruby, you need to go. My voice sounded low but confident. She looked at me as if she were trying to remember or make sense of what I was saying. Her gaze paused on my forehead as she thought for a while. I wanted to see surprise, sadness, or astonishment on her face, but all I could see was Ruby looking at me, trying to gauge how serious I was. There was no point in asking me. I still don't know what I really meant then. I felt an irresistible flash of impulse to say it, and I did. My impulse hated Ruby's attitude, her recent distancing, her quiet aggressiveness, her cooking, everything she had done lately. And also, it was a test. We met in a cafe. I found the courage to approach her table and asked her why she was alone. She showed me a book and tea to indicate she wasn't really alone and returned the same question. I had neither a book nor a drink, so maybe I was more alone than that day than Ruby was. Perhaps I was asking myself that question. She saw that and she asked. Our conversation, or rather me talking and Ruby asking follow-up questions, was very long. The cafe owner politely kicked us out as it was closing time. I took her with me. She said yes. Our first time having sex, Ruby called it liberating. She didn't explain why, and I took it as a compliment. I wanted her to stay and expressed it with my cracked, shy voice. After a few minutes of silence, she replied, I will stay, but anytime you want me to leave, just say a word and there will be no questions asked. Anytime I want to leave, I'll just stop coming and sleeping here, and there will be no questions asked. I thought this attitude of hers was stupid, but I agreed. I wanted to be with her, and she seemed serious. And so we both constantly lived in maybes and uncertainties. In the beginning, it was hard. I counted the minutes until she'd arrived, anxious to hear the door open, fearing every day that she decided not to come. I feared the ease of her coming and the thought of her leaving. I feared that I was just a roof for her to sleep under, peacefully and comfortably, and yet she kept coming back. So many times that after a while this maybe became a probably and then a supposedly. In all my fantasies and scenarios regarding our relationship, it was always she who was leaving me. And here we are. Ruby went to the storeroom and brought a suitcase. I hadn't seen it in years. Ruby had brought it with her a few days after she moved in. It lay on the bedroom floor for a few months, and she hadn't unpacked it. I asked, and she said it was too early for that. Then one day the suitcase disappeared, and I assumed it had been unpacked. Maybe it really was for a while. Now that I think about it, maybe it was her emergency suitcase for a moment like this when she had to flee. In a few moments, Ruby was gone. No questions asked. She passed the test. Yet strangely, there was still a bitten piece of bread with butter and Ruby's teeth marks. The bathroom sink had her hair. The bed pillow held her scent. The books had folded pages, her way of bookmarking. Noticing all this, my heartbeat began to synchronize with the opening notes of Paul Kalkbrender's Feed Your Head. I took the stolen notebook. I wanted to write today's date and a small entry about what happened. The blue ink of a cheap pen quickly disappeared from the page. Then I tried it with a black pen, but it faded away too. Desperate to make my writing appear on the pages, maybe I needed proof that it was all real. Maybe I needed to prove I owned this journal now. I took the knife Ruby used for cutting vegetables for sandwiches, and I cut my left ring finger with it. Then I poured my blood onto the page, hoping it would stay. For a few minutes, my blood bubbles colored the page, and then they too vanished. Like the twirl of water down the drain, my head spins. Anchovies in the ocean? My mind feeds the notebook with its thoughts. Each letter is a calorie, burning into the page and imprinted in its belly. Where do they go? I flip through the remaining pages, checking to see if the ink has seeped through into the next. Nothing. Scanning the journal, I fear my own eyes becoming enveloped in the labyrinth of ivory. Stolen tusk of my hands, the poacher fades into the foreground, consequences unknown. The madness of unfolding events creates an urge that tickles my synapses. From the depths of the bare pages, a dark brown blotch emerges, its color contrasting against the backdrop. Eyes of a fiend color themselves, coarse with emotion. The edges of this hellish thing begin wrapping around my arms. I tug, panicking to prevent myself from becoming tangled in a Faustian bargain. There's no give with the slimy arms of the worm-like body. It continues to my other arm and reattaches itself to the journal. Electric impulses shock my muscles, forcing me to write my exact thoughts into the journal. Oh, man. And then what happened? That was so good. Wow. Wow, Adam. That was so good. Holy moly. I feel invigorated. That was so good. I have questions. Oh. That was so good. Wow. Wow. So, oh, man. That's a lot. So much detail through all of it. A lot. Wow. That was a great story. And the red light district, oh, that's amazing. Man. And the description, oh, very descriptive. Oh, so many layers. Then the symbolism. Symbolism. I watch a lot of Boondock Saints. Symbolism. Not symbology. Symbolism. Yeah. That was so good. Oh. That was like, okay, where's the next chapter? Because, man. So did he just get enfolded into the journal and now he's stuck there too? Man. That was really good. Oh. That was invigorating. You know, I'm like, oh. That was so good. And it didn't seem, because when you first look at it, you're like, man, that's really long. Oh, well, no, yeah. I mean, your plan worked. But it was still, I mean, very interesting and attention grabbing and wow, where's this going next? And what happens? And the ending, you're like, wait, what? Wow. So good. So good. And a lot of us go through that. The mundaneness of a relationship that is stretched on too long. Right? To me, that's how that played out in that relationship. It lasted too long and got sick of each other. You know? Yeah. Yeah. That was so good. If I would have known that song, I would have done a better job, but I didn't know the song. And if I do know the song, I'm going to be pissed. But I couldn't think of what the song was. So I apologize for that. I'm like, I don't know this song. I don't think I know this song. And if it comes out to be a song I know, I'm going to be mad. Yeah. You can tell. Like, he's not happy with anything he does. He's not happy with his career. He's not happy in his relationship. He's settled. You can tell he's just not happy. But he seems like he's got time. He's got time to change it. And then the journal got hold of him. Literally, the journal got hold of him. That's how I'm interpreting that. The journal got hold of him. Do you know what I mean? Does that sound right? I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but the journal got hold of him. That was so good. Yeah. Sometimes we really do want that to happen, though, don't we? Oh. We wish our fantasy would just take over our mundane life. Yeah. Because a lot of us are not the lucky ones that are doing what we always thought we would be doing or always wanted to do or are living our dream. You know, some of us just aren't that lucky. Yeah, that was so good. So good. Yes. And for it to be happening in Amsterdam, it's like, dang, you're living in a beautiful place, but you're in the seedy side of it. And it's like, oh, you have great memory of your parents, but they're gone. Oh, it's this, but then this. It's this, but then this. Oh, man. It was good. It was really good. Yeah. You're in Amsterdam, but you're not. Yeah. That was good. Makes you think. And that's the best thing about it. When you write something like that and it makes people think, you know? That's what you're supposed to do as a writer. That's what your job is as a writer. To make people think. Good job. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I mean, that's not saying much because it's just me, but I'm impressed. Dang. I mean, for somebody that reviews books and is an editor, speaking of, you have one spelling mistake. You spelled quaint wrong. Or somebody spelled quaint wrong. I couldn't tell I don't remember if it's in the red or the yellow. But just so you know. That's my grammar going ring. That's all. It's the only thing I found. Thank you for subscribing. You didn't have to do that. But I appreciate it. I thought it was great. I think, I mean, I tripped up a few times too. So, as far as flow, I thought it was good. Uh, Isn't everything a whip though? Isn't everything a whip? I think even what we consider our finished products are still whips. Always. Everything's a work in progress. Uh, yeah. Our lives are whips. That's how I think, anyway. Always room for improvement. Always learning something new, right? Yeah. It was a good match. I loved, um, and I think it was Loa that wrote the part about the roses. That was, there's some good parts in there. Um, but the analogies were just, oh, and the comparisons were so good. Man, the just so descriptive. Oh, all of it. All of it was great. So, so good. And I can do my Book Nook thing on Spotify. It's fine. Um, and I was going to only go over two of the essays that were in there. And they're really short. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the hunter and the prey. That was really good. Yeah. The the mark. Yeah, he was the mark. That was really good. Yeah. So good. Anything that, because my mom used to call me a walking thesaurus. So anything that's thesaurusy for me. Oh, the maybe. Oh, I loved that. Oh, yes. And it flowed. That flowed so good too, Adam. That was great. That flowed. I liked how that worked. I really liked that. When did you write that? Is that when you were getting your bachelor's? I'm just curious. Oh, you could tell. You could tell. That is a lot of effort. A lot of effort in there. Yeah. Because I remember doing those exercises where, yeah. Oh, if you ever want to put them up on Discord, I'll read them. I love to read. Maybe. I don't have to read them out loud. I don't. I can just read them myself. And I'll give it to you straight. I don't have anybody to share my stuff with. My mom, who's never going to say a bad word about my stuff, other than, why did you use that word? Well, mom, because it rhymes. So I put my stuff up. If you go into my Discord, I have a poetry corner. Um, I have the book club is on there. I even have a pet pics thing now. I'm trying to expand. So, but yeah, not that anybody goes on my Discord. Well, you're very welcome. But yeah, I mean, I'll go over your stuff with you. I don't mind. I try. It takes me a long time. Like I said, it's doodle writing. And then I turn it into an essay because I am really good at writing essays, but my essays can be like 10 pages long. And then I just take pieces and parts. And the thesaurus is your best friend. Just saying. So, and it takes a while. And I have like 4 or 5 projects going on at the same time. Yeah, I'm a huge essay writer. Huge. I my note. So, I always have my notebook with me, right? One of my notebooks I have. I've acquired. I've acquired more. Um, yeah. Um, let's see if I can get to the right section here. I wrote. These are notes. These are just notes on essays. Notes on essays before I write the essays. 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 Essay. 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 Yeah. I write a lot. I write a lot. I'm a writer. I just enjoy writing. And then I pick out, see the highlighting? I pick out what I want to put in poems. See, that's how I do it. That's how I have my own way of doing things. And it works for me. So, and I have dictionaries and thesauruses, and I love to write. And I stopped writing for a long time. Like serious writing. Like I still would journal. I have so many journals. It's crazy. But even my journals, it wasn't like I gratitude journal a lot because I have to remember what I'm thankful for sometimes. You know, sometimes I get really down, and I have to, there are things that I need to be grateful for. But other times I just journal about the shit that I've been through in my life. And I take that stuff and I write essays. And then I take the essays and I write poetry. And it's all different kinds of poems. It's not always rhyming poems. Sometimes it's just whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And you have to express it. You can't keep it in. You can't keep it in. It is therapy. That's what I was just going to say. It's a therapy. Writing is therapy, like art therapy, writing therapy. Yeah. Music therapy. Oh, yay. Yay. Good. Good. No, really, check out my poetry corner on Discord. My essays are on. There's a couple essays on there. My Canon in D poem is on there. On the Discord. So, so I you can actually read it to the song. And it flows with it. I know I'm a nerd. So That's just the way I am. Hmm. But I just love it so much. I love it so much. I used to be able to play it on the violin. And it's just me. Thank you. Thank you. It's just me. I don't put a lot of crap on my Discord. I mean, I have it for here. Like, I have a call-in line for here. So, but nobody's used it. That's all. And then I just use it for myself, really. So, that's about it. And then for tech stuff, I follow a couple people that are more technically inclined than I am. That's about it. That's about it. What? I missed it. Oh, why? I'm curious. Because I've done it too. I had to. Um, I explored kind of Kevorkian just because there's going to come a time. So, and it was something I would have to go out west for. So that's why I'm like, why? I'm curious. I don't know. Like my daughter, she's got her stuff all planned. Yeah. Because I've been there a few times. So I was just like, why? My daughter wants to do the thing where you become a tree. Like you're a pod and you become a tree after you die. But death gives you a whole new perspective on life, I can tell you that. When you've had CPR administered to you a few times because you have no heartbeat and you're not breathing. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, like I read in the book, right? Like the plant in the styrofoam cup, right? It dies, as do animals, and so do we. And we all need to face it. Like the life insurance commercial. I think it's for Gerber. You know, you're not going to be watching this commercial forever. You will die. Be prepared. Yeah. Why do people avoid talking about it? They get their backs up about it. They get very defensive. Like, we should not be talking about this. Yeah, we should. You really should. You should be prepared and talking about it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Especially if you have the ability to do so. Yeah. Like my living will, all of that stuff, all of that is done. It's been done for years because when you have chronic illnesses and you know your lifespan isn't going to be as long as most people, You prepare that stuff early. Yeah. So, no, you don't avoid the topic. And especially like if you have kids, you just don't. I don't know. You know, with my kids, I tell them to get life insurance because when their dad died, we didn't have life insurance because he was only 31. We were young and dumb. So, yeah, death is a part of life. And it happens every day. You're very right. Mm-hmm. New headphones are very tight on your earballs. Oh. That's so true. You know what? So, I have a saying, and I don't tell it to a lot of people because, again, they get their backs up about it. But life disappears on an exhale. Think about that. Life disappears on an exhale. That's how quick. That's my saying. It's that quick. Yeah. I think it's because I've been so close to it so many times, and because I've lost the way I lost my husband, you know, I can say that. I've been through it. So, but yeah, life disappears on an exhale. It does. It's a true statement. Yep. This is why I do what I do. So, yeah. I know. I've written an essay about it. I don't have it with me. I know. We always get so deep, don't we? We never keep it light. We're just deep people, Adam. It's just the way we are. I mean, we have our moments. We can be funny and whatnot, but yeah, it's just the way we are. It's just the way we're wired, I guess. I think it's because we have been through so much in our short lives. I honestly believe that's what it is. Oh, so here's something kind of funny if you want to hear it. So I can only wear one shoe, right? I can't wear shoes on my left foot because it's deformed. So I'm trying to think of an online store for left shoes only. I'm trying to think of a name. So, other than the left shoe store for the shoe that got left behind. For the shoe that got left behind. Ah. For the shoe that got left behind. Come on. I'm just saying. It's funny. It's funny. I have all these 9.5 left shoes. But they're, Skechers, slip-ons. I have Chucks, Tim's. They're good shoes. And I'll never be able to wear the left shoe. So I'm like, for the shoe that got left behind, their left shoe. I know, I cracked myself up over it. Oh, God. I know. It's probably not that funny. I thought it was freaking hilarious. Oh, God. Here we go. I don't know who that is.
Call from Bertoni.
It's all I have left.
Call from Bertoni Dunn.
Oh, my God. That's too funny. It's too funny. Oh, God. Yeah. For the shoe that got left behind. Can't stand myself sometimes. Oh. Love it. Love it. So what do you think? You gonna pick up this book? It's a good book. It's still relevant. I mean, there's nothing on here about the internet. But it's good. I know you do. And the other thing in my library, I kept all my textbooks from school. And because you never know when they're going to be applicable. You never know. You just don't know. Especially like my composition books, like when I was getting I still had my associate's degree books. Remember writing composition? Yeah, I still have that. Organization of Thoughts. I have that book. I know. Ew. I know. Yeah. Oh, man. I think that was what? English 101, wasn't it? I think so. I think it is. Oh, God. That was so long. That was a freaking lifetime ago. Oh, I just got an email from the New York Public Library. Yeah, that was forever ago. Yep. Composition. Yeah, that's crazy. Man. That was great. I was a whippersnapper. Oh, whippersnapper. All right, son. Oh, crap. This thing. I gotta get used to having a microphone. I have a microphone. It works really good for Spotify. And I have noise canceling earphones, headphones, earphones, whatever. They hurt my ears though because they're new. And you wear glasses, they hurt. But I gotta get going. I have a doctor's appointment. But I will check out your stuff on Discord. You check out my stuff on Discord. I'll check out your stuff. Yeah. Yeah. You as well. I'm so happy you came. It's good to hear from you. Have a good rest of your day. Hope to hear from you again soon. Thank you for letting me read your story. It was really, really good. And I'll probably read it a few more times if you let me. Okay? Oh, great. I'll probably cry. That's what you're telling me, right? Ah. A lot of things make me cry. It's fine. It's fine. I have tissues everywhere I go. But, all right, sweetheart. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. I'll see you again soon, I hope. All right. Have a good rest of your day. All right. See you guys. Take care. Oh, bye.